Before this crawl space was retrofitted with foam insulation, and outside the ground sloped right to the back. Every spring when the snow would melt, the water would run right down inside here and collect, and then eventually you would start having problems with moisture and mold accumulating different parts. And so once that outside ground control, that soil was sloped away, that solved the moisture problem. The next step then was to put good insulation into the foundation around the crawl space to keep it warm. We're looking at this foundation wall that's got the insulation sprayed on it, and you'll notice that there is continuous foam insulation across the entire wall surface, and they actually sprayed about 2 inches of insulation around every stud, covered the rim joist, covered any bearing beams, and the idea here was not to create any cold surfaces where you've got wood that can conduct heat all the way to the outside, because every place where you have a wood stud represents heat losses and possibly a point where you could have problems with condensation. Wood itself only has an R value of a little bit over 1 per inch, so when you look at a 5.5 inch stud, you're looking at a total R value of maybe 6 or 7. So it certainly represents a weak link in the thermal envelope, and it's relatively simple when you're spraying to add a couple inches over every stud and every sort of wood part of this assembly just to get that covered and insulated and protected. So now you've got an unbroken thermal boundary here that insulates very, very well. And then on the bottom here, the foam board runs right into the base of this pony wall, and then they extended the spray foam down on top of the foam for a nice airtight seal. So this is now a very, very warm wall.